Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV on the social, our interactive social media show where we answer questions sent in by you, our viewers. As you can see, who's nudging me, the boss is back.
Alright mate.
Cheers mate, been a while.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Come on here every now and then, you know what I mean?
Keep the old hand in, don't you?
Yeah, I do fuck
Got
all.
to do something, don't you? I'm only joking, of course, to anyone. Right, ready to dive straight in, mate?
Yes mate.
Right, first one is from Hammershout. It says, do you think the board will ever shell out the amounts that they say they will, e.g. 30 mil, 35 mil? Or do you think we will keep attempting shoddy loans, pathetic bids and excuses? I think they've got to now, haven't they? It's got to the stage where...
Yeah, I think what I think's happened, mate, is that I think they when they started talking about the Olympic Stadium and they started talking about the 25, 35 million pound centre forward as an example, I think that was sort of like a what would you call it? Like a ruse to get us in.
Yeah.
And then, like when we got to last season, and we looked like we had a decent team, and I think they sort of looked at that and thought,
banking on the team doing as well again.
Yeah, so maybe if we do all right, we might be able to back out of that sort of thing. And, but obviously, it hasn't gone as well.
Yeah.
There's problems all over the pitch, so I think they're going to be forced to. And if they don't, I think there'll be uproar, and I think they'll have to sell if they don't want to do that sort of thing. You know.
Yeah.
We sort of brushed over it this year, but because of like loan signings and things, the transfer window shut, you know, and I think that we as a fan base as well thought, well, maybe we ain't too bad, maybe we don't need that centre forward, but you know, the holes in the team is frightening this year, so they're going to be forced to, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you think at the start of the season, it was a case of putting the bids in and they weren't going to be accepted. And
I think
we
so.
tried, you know.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. Like the Lacazette thing, they went for Lacazette. I believe they never thought they would get Lacazette. When you go to Carlos Bacca, I mean, that whole drama about Carlos Bacca, I mean, it went on for too long, and it relatively come down to money. Like at the end of the day, it come down to money.
I think it was ready to sign at one point.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was like money, whether it be wages, whether it be transfer fee. With Lacazette, they said it's because he wants Champions League football. Well, you know, we nearly got it last year, and that would be an intent.
He could have been the one to push us on.
To push us onto that, yeah. So what they're doing, I don't know. Our aim going into the stadium, you know, what we were sold our season tickets on is not to be just maintaining what we've got, is to push forward.
Yeah.
And to push forward, you need to spend the money. So if they don't realise that within the next 2 or 3 seasons, you know, then they're going back on their word. And I don't think they want to be known as people to go back on their word.
No, because in business, your reputation's, you know,
it's everything, isn't it?
So,
yeah.
Well, showed how far behind we were the City game, isn't it?
Exactly.
The gap and the sort of money we need to be spending. Next one is from Sarah the Bastard. I love that name, makes me chuckle every time. We're desperate for a new right back and striker. Who would you guys bring in? Also, would you sell Antonio for 25 million? If so, are you mental?
No, I wouldn't sell Antonio for 25 million.
He's got a.
You're talking about like, don't get me wrong, like, you're talking about like, he's not as good as the likes of Sterling or anyone like that. He's a bit older than that as well. But as you're going to see, we're bidding 15 million for someone like Scott Hogan, who plays in the First Division. Then the amount of goals that winger scored for us this year is invaluable to us this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he wouldn't be going anywhere in my mind. Right back and striker. I'd like to see a decent bid for a decent right back. You know, someone who's playing in a team currently to improve the position, because. You know, you can keep on saying about, should we sign Jenkinson again? Should we sign Glenn Johnson? But these people are on the fringes of their team. I want a player that's playing in a team currently that's decent and can do a job at right back. Not just do a job. I'm talking about.
Yeah, but then you're looking at those sort of teams where you've got a regular right back, and they're going to be our rivals. They're not going to sell.
Wolves have got a right back. Wolves have got one. We've been looking at it for a little while. But
I don't know what's going on with Byron and the situation there.
It's just coming back, so yeah, you know, but it's not fair to put everything on a kid like that. So
no, but I mean, he's shown.
And striker wise, I think Hogan's the way forward. Although it's a bit of a gamble, I'd sign 2.
But then
because
he took the gamble on players from Championship in Cresswell and Antonio, and that's worked out.
But this is a very, very crucial stage of the season. I don't think we can afford to gamble. You know, I'll if I had my way, I would bring in Hogan and Defoe. Hogan for the future, Defoe
for the next couple of seasons.
For now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know, like although they balk, I see David Gold the other day balking at the price tag for Jermaine Defoe. At the end of the day, that's down to them. You know what I mean? That's their incompetence in not getting the players in the summer, and you know,
paying for it now.
Yeah, paying for it now. You know that sort of the stance that they took in the summer, like balking over, like they're doing it now to a certain extent, balking over 2, 3, 4 million. You know,
which is not a lot in terms of
no,
football,
not in football terms. When you just think about the deal we've just signed for the money in TV revenue, the increased revenue at the new stadium. You know what I mean? Like balking over 2, 3, 4, 5 million now. Then you know you've got to pay for it now. You know, and like Hogan, although he's going to cost 15 million, it looks like it's going to cost us 15 million. That's a good purchase, I think, because. You know, I've seen some clips of him. You know, I've talked to some Brentford fans. He's a very, very good striker. The goals don't change sizes in the league you're in. You know what I mean? But, you know, is he going to come in and have an immediate impact? I don't know. But, you know, he can be a great striker for years to come. But we need them now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So if you just put all your eggs in one basket and it doesn't come off, you know, you're stuffed. Jermaine Defoe is number 1.
But everywhere he's gone, he's got goals.
Yeah, like realistic targets, he's number 1. He's number 1. Like we can get him. You know, he's affordable. He's more or less all you've ever wanted. Like he's the closest thing to guaranteed goals that you can get in the league. I think at that price. So you know,
he's got this year 11.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Take the bottom of the table, you know.
Like it's ridiculous. We need 10. 15 goals towards the end of the season, he'll definitely get them. But sort of like when David Gold turns around and says, like, oh, what's his resale value going to be? Well, that shouldn't be the aim to resell him. It should be, we need the goals now, pay the money and get the goals now, because if we drop out of the league, it's worth 100 million.
Yeah, and then you know, then you lose a lot.
You know
of
what
money.
I mean?
You know value.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. What we'd lose in getting out of the division to what we'd lose on a resale value.
Yeah,
it's peanuts, isn't it? Really.
So you have to pay for it. You have to pay for the now. If you ain't got it now, pay for it.
Yeah. Right. Next one is from Alex PB.
You smell nice, by the way.
Cheers, mate. It's a bit of Sauvage.
Is it?
Johnny Depp one.
Yeah, I like it.
Nice. Cheers, mate. Alex PB. One away day you've ever been to that you could relive. Which one? I've got a few really. Couple from last season.
One away day.
I know what one I'd relive.
Spurs.
What year?
3-0.
Yeah. The one I'd live is you're going to go, you're old. It was 93-94 season. Tottenham away. We won 4-1.
Yeah.
I'd relive that one. Great day that was. This one is from Tyler. Tyler West Ham. What are your opinions on the rumours around Antonio linked with Chelsea?
Sorry, I iPad on my house. I think we touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to send him to another Premier League club.
Not now. Probably, maybe a couple of years' time. If he wants to, you know. The thing about them sort of bids is, you look at where Chelsea are, and look to where we are. You know, we've not progressed. They look like they're going to win a league. They look in good shape. They may be in good shape for years to come. You know, is he want to go? Is he going to want to go? Because he can't
regular football at a minute.
Yeah, but the thing is, great. Like at his age, he's 26, 27 now. You know, this is probably not his last shot at big time, but you know, he's been around. You know, I was looking at his clubs the other day: Sheffield Wednesday, Nottingham Forest. What was the other club he was at? Anyway, a load of like League One Championship clubs, and you come into the Premier League. He's done very, very well for us, and all of a sudden the champions are coming. with the Champions League football. Yeah, the Champions elect to come in. You know, with Champions League football, you know, we can win the title and all that. Is he going to want to do that for his career? I would say anyone would want to do that. But that's where West Ham have failed, because, you know, although it might not happen in the next few years, we had a chance to progress then and let him see that we are going to be, you know, we are moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I mean, even if we're taking the Europa League seriously.
Yeah,
you know,
things like
been,
that. You know what I mean? Like, and it just shows you that, you know, we're moving forward. We're a club going places. You know, you might not need to win league titles. You know, if you go to Chelsea, Man City, Man United, there's always a chance you're not going to play. But if we just showed him we was progressing rather than going into recession, then, you know, he might have just turned around and go, no, but, you know, at the minute, you know, it's going to turn his head.
Yeah,
I think it would turn his head, but no, I wouldn't sell him.
No, I wouldn't want him. But unless it's whether the player wants to.
Unless he wants to go.
Whether the player wants to go, isn't it? I just feel like, say, opportunity for a bit of silver.
Yeah.
You know. Next one's from Mark Stanley at StanWHU1. Do you think the penny pinching is because they fattened the club up for sale and are now waiting for a buyer?
Yes. It's a nice and simple answer.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's the whole reason we moved into the stadium, I think.
It quadrupled the club's value.
Yeah, I don't mean, but it's not for footballing reasons.
Look, they haven't admitted it publicly, right? And it's not a matter of fact. Just because I say it, don't mean it's true. But that's my opinion. You know what I mean?
It just doesn't feel like it's for footballing reasons.
Nah, it's, you know, I've said this before. These are my feelings about it. I think they're trying to sort of penny pinch. I think they think that there would have been someone, if there isn't already, someone lined up, and, you know, they're trying to get out the club with as much money as possible and spending the least as possible. So that's my opinion. You know, that's what it looks like from the outside looking in. It's not.
I mean, we're not privy to the the goings on in the boardroom, are we? So, next one's from Lanzini's lunchbox.
I wonder what he's got in his lunchbox.
It's sort of similar vein.
Sausage.
Why do you think the board don't want to invest in the team like other clubs have done and created great teams, which we just sort of touched upon, really, you know?
See previous answer.
Yeah, previous. Yeah. Next one's from Mr. Brightside. Where's the money gone? They were prepared to pay for Zaza.
Who knows?
You tell us.
You tell us, yeah.
Yeah, what was it? It was about
25 million, mate.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so
hopefully buying Scott Hogan and Domain Defoe.
Yeah, say 15 mil and then another 10, 15. That's it, done. Alright, next one's from the Hanson 19 at Hanson_19. How many more games do you guys give Bilic? I'll get as
many as he wants.
Needs.
Yeah.
I think he's sort of operating with one hand tied behind his back at the minute, or it certainly seems that way.
It's look, there have been mistakes from Slaven, right? There have been mistakes from Slaven. I'm not going to stand here and call him perfect, you know, but managers get it wrong every now and then. When you're not given the tools to do your job by the employers, it's like going to work wanting to build a wall and they sending you in there with a fishing rod at times, you know what I mean? Like, what can you expect him to do with the shit that they've served him up?
Yeah, I mean, at a minute, especially
we've had injuries as well.
Yeah,
right?
he's sort of plugging holes, isn't he, and
like
fighting fires. And
like no right back. I don't know who's in. If it was his decision, he's an idiot. You know what I mean about the right back. You know, injuries to strikers where we've gone along, like, you wouldn't even call Zaza or Kaleri strikers, would you? No, I don't know what they are. Wastes of space. That's what I think they are. But we've gone, you know, a third of the season without a recognised forward on the pitch.
Yeah.
A lot of that as well. Defensive. Missing defenders as well. Collins has been out, Bonner's been out, Reed's been out at separate occasions, Cresswell's been out, of course. Like midfield as well. I don't know, there's been injuries all over the park. We didn't start with Payet, of course. I think we played some good football away from home when we had a very depleted squad. But, you know, you can't sort of like judge him on this, you know what I mean? Like, give him the tools he needs, give him a full quality squad, and then judge him, you know what I mean? As I said before, he's made mistakes. I'm not going to say he's perfect, but you know, let's remember this, right? Always remember this. Now, I'm not comparing the two by any stretch of the imagination, but Alex Ferguson at one time at Man United was one game away from the sack.
Yeah, FA Cup third round against Forest. If he'd have lost that, he would have
been gone.
They went on to win the cup that year.
Yeah, and look what he done. You know what I mean? Like, the managers, it's too quick to
knee-jerk reactions.
Yeah, they are knee-jerk reactions. I don't think our board are like that as a
no, they're not.
They've got quite a bit of patience. I mean, fucking hell, they give Abraham Grant a season. They ain't got patience. I don't know what that ain't patience. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I say I will. They're not ones for.
No, I think they know they've got a good manager there, and I think they know the mistakes they've made. It's whether or not they're willing to rectify them, or whether or not they're willing to sort of like let Slaven go down with the ship, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, bar the Man City and the Arsenal games. You know, we've played some alright football at times this season. I think he'll keep us up round about the middle.
Yeah, it's always
so
a bit tough season.
Have the summer, build.
Give him at least another year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Alright, last one is from Gary Wadsley. Do you think next year will be better when all the not so West Ham fans won't renew their season tickets?
Trust me when I say this, there's going to be a lot of rethinking in the summer. I think it'll make it better for us, but it's for us to speak up. It's for us to tell them what they need to do, you know, because they blatantly can't do it on their own. And yeah, I think strides are being made. The board now willing to listen to fans, which they wasn't, which I don't know why it's taken this long.
Yeah.
You know, why take it till January when, you know, you've had 6 months of shit? But there'll be a lot going on in the summer, I think.
Yeah.
That 52,000 waiting list, all this +2 scheme that they've done, where, you know, people that don't support West Ham, you know, positioning of fans, you know, there's going to be a lot of reshuffling going on in the summer, and I think it'll be better next season. Yeah. I think it'll be not perfect, but I think it'll be better
than it has been. Yeah, maybe get a bit of atmosphere going over there.
Hopefully.
I mean, there's been times over there this year, like I did the Chelsea game and at points in the Man U game.
Yeah, it's not been terrible. It just shows you that, you know, we've got something to build on. We've got something to go forward with, you know. They've just got to get it right.
Yeah.
And that's down to them. That's just listening to what people want. You know, you can't please everyone, for God's sake. You know what I mean? You'd be a fool to think you can please everyone. But there are some serious issues in that stadium that need addressing. And I think
they've got to be making steps to...
Small, tiny steps, you know what I mean? As much as their egos let them, you know, take that criticism. That's the only thing I would say about them. You know what I mean? It takes them so long. You know, it finally seems like they're starting to admit that there's faults there, where before it seemed like they wasn't willing to admit that there was problems. You know what I mean? Like, no, there's no problems. It's just your personal opinion and all that. And then, obviously, when channels like us highlight them things, and you know the general consensus, I think they've looked at that in a whole and said, you know, we're going to have to fucking admit this because you know we ain't papering over these cracks anymore. And yeah, so I think there'll be big strides made in the summer. Big strides.
Yeah. I say, like you say, they're starting to engage the sort of social media, like the friendship.
Let's see. We'll see.
So yeah, well, that was it, mate. That was good questions. Thanks for everyone who took the time to send in a question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Really do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We've got Scottish previews going up. Ryan's roundups.
Now.
Yeah. For next month. Well, 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Monday musings.
Next
Monday musings and other bits and pieces we'll be putting out. So, yeah, don't forget to follow us on Twitter.
Never on a Monday.
Might as well just call it midweek musings.
Just call it musings.
Midweek musings or something like that. But don't forget to follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, Facebook / West Ham Fan TV, Instagram. You start putting a few bits up, and
yeah,
a few photos. Nicky in his Christmas jumper. Well, I think that could be next year's Christmas jumper sorted.
Yeah, Christmas
picture of Nicky on there, could be it sorted. So thanks for taking the time, and one thing left to say: come on, you irons.